The fallout continues from NASCAR's announcement that Richmond will be losing one of its 2 annual races next year. We have in-depth coverage tonight.
Sports Director Lane Casadante spoke to a Henrico County leader about the impact of the announcement, and I spoke with a tourism expert who says it could be an opportunity. But first, our Elizabeth Holmes shares the voices of neighbors who've lived nearby for decades, who got a first-hand look at the shrinking crowds, and a business owner who says it will cost him thousands. Liz?
Janine, that's right. We talked with people who have lived just across from the raceway for 40 plus years, and they say since COVID-19, they have seen the crowd sizes shrink. But when we broke the news to them that NASCAR would be taking away one of those annual races to go international, they were shocked.
Our top story at 6, the 2 NASCAR races this weekend are expected to draw on more than 100,000 fans to Richmond.
We saw some from Mississippi, Tennessee, Illinois, so many.
Richmond International Raceway, a hot spot for NASCAR racing for decades.
Oh, exciting. Everybody was excited to go see the race. The stands were packed. I mean, really, literally everywhere. You couldn't park anywhere. Traffic was a mess.
Reggie Johnson.
I grew up right over here, directly behind this house I'm standing in front of.
Remembers it in its prime.
And I have verified memories of watching the people come, watching the trailers come in as they're going over there. Hey, there's my favorite driver, you know.
When we told him NASCAR would now only have 1 annual race here, this was his reaction.
Always been 2 races a year. I never thought the day would come when they would take one away.
NASCAR is now going international, trading one of the Richmond races for one in Mexico.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Must be nice, Mexico. Take all the dollars, huh?
Mary Wood, a direct neighbor to the raceway for about 40 years, used to bring in some money from the races by letting visitors park in her front yard.
Before COVID, I used to park and fill my yard up, and there would be people who would camp out in the backyard and that kind of stuff.
Wood wonders if the writing was on the wall, seeing more and more empty spots in the stands.
One thing I've noticed that the crowd has diminished quite a bit.
It's not just neighbors who will no longer feel the love and little pay bump from the fans.
I'm sure a lot of business owners are like, oh no.
She's right. Racetrack market can make thousands in one weekend from one race.
That day we do a lot of business, so that, we lose like $5,000-$10,000.
The replacement of the spring short track race, just another turn of events after seeing change after change.
You have to go with the punches.
Now, according to a site called DigiDeck, each race here could generate up to $42 million in general tax revenue. Lane?
Thanks, Liz. This news isn't great for NASCAR fans or economically for the area, but one local businessman whose company directly supports the track believes that the raceway can and will rebound from this moving forward. Dan Schmidt is the Brooklyn District Supervisor for Henrico County, but he also owns RMC Events, the folks in the yellow and blue shirts who do everything from security to taking tickets at the gate and parking. A Cup Series race uses about 600 of his workers, the largest one-day event that they handle, and he's received dozens of questions from his employees and constituents about the future of their work and the track. Schmidt is confident the facility will continue to be a hub for activity and events in the area, even with one fewer race per year.
But our staff will adapt with other events, and that track has been nimble. They've done boat shows and bass shows and camper shows. We've vaccinated hundreds of thousands of people, and our staff had an opportunity to work for that. So we'll find work on those other weekends, and I think the track will prove that they'll be nimble in how they find it.
As a Board of Supervisors member, Schmidt said Henrico County will continue to do all they can to support the track in whatever they choose to host. One example is the new Nitro Cross race coming to the raceway in about a week and a half. Coming up in sports, Denny Hamlin will weigh in on what he thinks is behind this move. Bill?
Thanks, Lane. So what is the economic loss with the region with that one race going to Mexico? It's a challenge to quantify right now because no one seems to want to talk about it. Richmond Region Tourism told me they don't have data to answer that question, but 9 years ago, that organization called NASCAR, quote, the economic development engine that is the gift that keeps giving. They said the April race in 2015 saw the highest hotel occupancy of the year and that NASCAR pumped nearly $500 million into the region annually. Henrico County Manager John Vitakis' office told me he had no comment today. But in 2015, he said a two-day NASCAR weekend had the, quote, equivalent economic impact of the Super Bowl. Even 4 years ago, Richmond Region Tourism pointed out the highest hotel occupancy of 2019 came with that year's September NASCAR race. Today, their current president said the lost event may present other possibilities.
Well, it means we have a great opportunity in 2025 to go all in on one weekend. And we've seen actually around the country and other communities when they've gone down to one race, they've had record attendance at the race they did have. And I am confident that our community and our visitors will come out and support NASCAR in 2025.
Now, one nugget that may help gauge the impact, Henrico County Manager Vitakis' office did tell us later this afternoon that the county billed Richmond Raceway about $70,000 just for police staffing for the weekend.